We have to start today by talking about dignity. If we want to be respected by others, and if we want to make genuine human connections, it starts with understanding and appreciating dignity. In today's episode, we're going to answer these three questions. Number 1, what is dignity? Number 2, why should we care about dignity? And number 3, how do we practice dignity in our everyday lives? And here on this channel, we explore the timeless wisdom in the pursuit of a good life. So what is dignity? The word dignity comes from the Latin word dignitas, which means worthiness or value. It refers to the quality of being worthy of respect and admiration. When we talk about someone having dignity, we mean that they carry themselves with a sense of self-respect and poise. They behave in a way that is consistent with their values and principles. They treat others with kindness and consideration, and they don't allow themselves to be manipulated or exploited. Dignity is a fundamental aspect of being human. It is something that all of us have, by virtue of simply being alive. We are all worthy of respect and admiration simply because we are human beings. Regardless of our background, our beliefs, or our circumstances, we all have dignity. Now, in some cultures, dignity might be emphasized more than in others, and there can be different expectations about how to maintain it or how to show it. But at its core, the concept of dignity is universal. It is something that all of us innately understand and value. When we think about dignity, we often think about it in the context of individuals. But actually, dignity can also apply to groups of people. A community or a society that values dignity is one that respects the rights and the autonomy of its members. It is a society that provides its citizens with the resources they need to live a good life, and that protects them from exploitation and abuse. Why should we care about dignity? Well, for starters, we should care about dignity because it is the foundation of respect and therefore of trust. If we want to be respected by others, then we need to show them the respect ourselves. And that means treating them with dignity. Similarly, if we want to build trust with others, we need to be trustworthy, and that requires us to be dignified in our behavior and our dealings with other people. In fact, you could say that the ability to connect with other human beings and build relationships is probably the most important thing we have in life. We are social creatures by nature, and we need other people in our lives not only for our own happiness, but also for the smooth functioning of society itself. In order to form those connections and to build those relationships, we need to show respect towards one another. And that means treating each other with dignity. But it's not just about our relationships with other people. Dignity is also essential for our own happiness and well-being. When we are treated with dignity, we feel valued and respected. We feel like we are part of something bigger than ourselves, and that gives us a sense of purpose and meaning. Conversely, when we are not treated with dignity, we feel humiliated and degraded. And that can lead to all sorts of psychological and even physical problems. So why is it so important to show respect towards others? Well, it is because showing respect towards others is showing them that you acknowledge their humanity. You are saying to them that they matter, that they have a place in this world, and that their life has value. And now you may be thinking, okay, I get it. Showing respect to others is important. But what does this actually look like in practice? Well, that's a very good question, and I'm glad you asked it because it brings me nicely to the third and final part of our discussion today. Namely, how do we practice dignity in our everyday lives? Well, here are 5 simple things we can do. The first is to listen to other people. This is such an important point. So often we don't listen to other people. We don't pay attention to what they are saying. We are too busy formulating our response in our own heads or thinking about what we are going to say next. But listening is really the most important thing. By listening to other people, we are showing them that we respect their opinions and their experiences. We are telling them that we value their contributions and that we care about what they have to say. And that is such an important thing to remember, especially in our polarized world today where it can be easy to dismiss those with different viewpoints as less than us or even as enemies. The second thing we can do is to be kind to other people. Kindness is such an important quality, and it really is the hallmark of a truly civilized society. When we are kind to other people, we are showing them that we care about their feelings and their well-being. We are letting them know that we are here to help if they need it, and that we will be there for them when times are tough. The third thing we can do is to stand up for what we believe in. This is a really important point, and it's something that many people struggle with. On the one hand, we don't want to be seen as pushy or aggressive or arrogant. But on the other hand, if we truly believe in something, then we have a duty to stand up for it. Otherwise, we are being dishonest with ourselves and with the people around us. Of course, this doesn't mean that we should be disagreeable or argumentative, but it does mean that we should be willing to speak up when we think it is the right thing to do. The fourth thing we can do is to be tolerant of other people. This is a really important quality in today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with different viewpoints and lifestyles. We cannot expect everyone to agree with us all the time, and we should be willing to tolerate views that are different from our own. That doesn't mean we have to agree with them, but it does mean that we should be respectful of them. And finally, the fifth thing we can do is to treat everyone with fairness. This is such an important quality, and it really is the foundation of any civilized society. We should treat everyone fairly regardless of their background, their beliefs, or their circumstances. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. If we all follow these 5 simple guidelines, then we will create a world that is more respectful, more compassionate, and more fair for everyone. So that brings us to the end of this episode on dignity. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something new. If you did, please do subscribe to this channel and leave me a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.